Everybody's having a fantastic morning. Let me get this right for y'all. Let's go. Okay, what are we lifting up? Nope, we putting this side down. Just to get that right. Let's see. Nope, that's going up. Gotta get that right, Charlie. Gotta get it right. Because you know I'm a perfectionist. We gotta get that right. So let me put this side down. How y'all doing this morning? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here. I appreciate you. And I think, boom, boom, we running with that. How y'all doing this morning? Yeah, that's what we doing this morning. We gonna run with that right there. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. Trash. Why are Epstein survivors calling file dump trash? What do you think? I think I know why, because it's not really giving them any information or anything besides what we already heard about. So yeah, I'd call it trash too. So guess what that means, you guys? It's Purple Sunday. Time to get it going. Dun, dun. Doom, doom, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Purple Sunday, y'all. Let's go. I hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. We still got a little bit of time to get some prayers in, because I want to pray for strength, bipartisan, make sure that I'm not being one-sided. Want to make sure that everybody's healthy. Want to make sure that everybody has good spirits, and that's your family as well throughout this holiday season. That's what I want to pray for right now. Who we got in the building that we're praying for? Jerry Spilker, Mark Dorfman. That's right, CJ the Cat. I see Chris, also international chef. Okay, Luigi. How you doing, Luigi? Mark Dorfman. What's up, Solo Thug, Batty Lynn? Okay, everybody. I see we're all here. People that we don't have here this morning, Liberty and Justice. I see KC, of course, probably gonna pop in sometime later, but you already know, want to make sure we're praying for them. Also, Kendra Walker, Sam Champion, and many more. Amen, you guys. I'm ready to go. Let me check this audio over here. Make sure that's up. Hope you guys can hear me nice and clear. Talking up, making sure that the mic is good. Let me turn that over. I see that we do have a connection over there. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. What's up with you, Luigi? Okay, you guys. Y'all know what we about to do. Let me just get the line up right. And I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 for Purple Sunday. And y'all ready? We gotta wind it up, wind it up, for Purple Sunday. I feel good. Hope you guys are feeling good too. Let me give them one more. A little longer to go. Come on. You can do it. And I think you're ready. Okay. Ole. Oh, you son of a somethings. I swear to God, you in these songs, and you always want me to do something new. But you know what? I am up for the challenge. What we got to do right now? We got to open up those pores. Hey, hey, hey. We got to open up those pores. Hey, hey, hey. We got to open up those pores. Hey, hey, hey. We got to open up those pores. Hey, hey, hey. Doom, Hey, Dirty, yeah. Look at that girl over there. She make me wanna, She make me wanna, I got the big hat on, make me wanna, remember the 90s? I said, I like the way you do that right there. Switch your lip when you're walking, let down your hair. I like the way you do that right there. Lick your lips when you're walking, let down your hair. I like it when you do that right there. Let down your hair. I like it when you do that right there. Y'all know that song, right there. Oh, 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 look what you, oh, 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 look what, I like it when you do that right there. Hey, I tried my best, you know what I'm saying? I even brought the prop in. You know I gotta do what I gotta do sometime because if pump that beat. It's Purple Sunday, that's right. To the 28th, y'all, 2025. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this is our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look what you, ooh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, look what you, I like it when you do that right there. Lick your lips when you're walking, let down your hair. I like it when you do that right there. Come on now, tell the truth. Up until the point when he got blown up on that little video of that picture, everybody was loving the song. Even 50 Cent did it over. G-Unit in this bitch, right there. G-Unit in this, y'all don't remember that? What's up? It's your boy Boogotti NYC. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday, because you already see I am. We're here for trending topics, current events, my antics, and much, much more. Also, the #1 co-host in the chat, give yourselves a round of applause. It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and this is our bottom line. Are you guys ready to go? Because guess what? I am. Guess what I'm going to say right now? I got 5 on it. That's right, you guys. I stack 5 videos at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do? We stay on topic, stay on point. You guys let me know what time it is, where you're chiming in from. Also, what state or city, because I love to do research from where you guys are chiming in from. It's time to get busy. I don't want to waste any more time, because we all here. We ready to get it in. And guess what I'm going to say right now? Let's get into these titles. Let's go. We got, whoa, trash. Why are Epstein survivors calling the file dump trash? Okay, we're gonna find out about that, I'm sure, because we got much more to go. What else do we have here? We've got new Maryland law that will require barbers to take domestic training. Sounds pretty smart. I think everyone should probably understand why that makes a smarter idea, because barbers are very close to you. First of all, they're touching you, they're cutting your hair, and there's a possibility of them seeing what? Scars, bruises, also all sorts of things. They might even want to think of not just barbershops, maybe bartenders as well, because people spill the beans when it comes down to the bartenders as well. Let's keep on moving forward, because I think that's a great idea. Let's get on over to last but not least. We have the Democratic governor who's offering to collaborate with Trump and the administration. And that's who? That's Abigail, what's her name? Spanberger. She's a new governor. I'm sorry, is she a governor? That's right. And she's offering to do business and to work and negotiate with the Trump administration. Hope everybody's ready for a fantastic show. I'm ready to go. No, we don't have any direct stuff about President Trump this morning, because we know what it is when it comes down to the weekend. President doesn't pop out like that as much. But yes, we still have some gaggle. We still have some information on other trending topics, such as Kash Patel talking about getting rid of the Hoover building in DC permanently. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Good morning. Hope you got your coffee, your tea, your cocoa, whatever you got. It's time to get into it. Let's get to work. Let's put it down.
Of its headquarters in D.C. as part of his push to get more agents into the field to crush violent crime.
Madeline Rivera joins us now from Washington, D.C. with the latest. Hi, Maddie.
Giggity, giggity.
Hi, good morning. FBI Director Kash Patel announced a plan over the summer to move the FBI to the Ronald Reagan building in D.C. Now he says they've finalized the details. Patel praised it as a cost-cutting move that would also allow a transition to happen sooner than initially planned. He says in an ex post, taxpayers were about to be on the hook for nearly $5 billion for a new headquarters that would not open until 2035. Patel adding this decision puts resources where they belong, defending the homeland, crushing violent crime, and protecting national security. It delivers better tools for today's FBI workforce at a fraction of the cost. The Hoover building will be shut down permanently.
Any leadership that weaponized the Federal Bureau of Investigation in the prior administration or before that, we removed. We put 1,000 agents across America, removed them from headquarters, took intel analysts and support staff and pushed them out across the country to say the crime fighting has to happen out in the streets and in the cities of America and not inside the Hoover building and the headquarters building that built this diseased temple of weaponization.
Last month, Maryland officials sued the Trump administration, accusing them of breaking the law by redirecting funds that had been congressionally appropriated for a new FBI headquarters in Greenbelt, Maryland. Maryland lawmakers say the Reagan building is unfit to accommodate the FBI's needs. Patel says there are some safety and infrastructure upgrades that need to be made, and they're already underway. Charles?
Yeah, well, you got to think about it. They're getting rid of some people, so they're downsizing as well. You see, they're downsizing everywhere, so they're not going to need all the space that they were using before. Let me go ahead and flip this back over, you guys, so I can get us a larger screen here. Just realize what was going on there. Let's keep on moving forward. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and get those likes up. It gets many more people over here for Purple Sunday. Okay, now we got some more information because you know there was a strike against ISIS, the terrorists in Nigeria. That's what Trump is announcing. We're going to keep on moving forward. Let's get these politics out of here and get on to what we got to get on to. Let's keep it going, you guys. Good morning. Happy Purple Sunday.
New video today from northwest Nigeria showing people carrying a metal object thought to be a projectile.
Yeah.
And off in the distance, a fire raging after U.S. strikes overnight. The Pentagon also posting this video on social media showing the Christmas night missile launches. President Trump's major escalation coming after he says, quote, "I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight, there was." U.S. Africa Command adding the strikes killed, quote, "multiple ISIS terrorists."
Wow.
Nigeria saying the strikes were carried out in coordination with their authorities. Violence in Nigeria has been a focus for President Trump, who has previously warned of possible military action.
I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians.
And while Nigeria's president doesn't deny violence there, he has refuted some claims, saying, quote, "the characterization of Nigeria as religiously intolerant does not reflect our national reality." Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth also posting, thanking the Nigerian government for their cooperation, adding that, quote, "there's more to come."
Up to now,
Okay, y'all, let's keep on moving forward because now, yep, we got to keep on going. You know how we stack the deck. I told you I got 5 on it. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Also, we got to keep it in Washington because we got the Democratic governor that's in our headline that I talked about earlier that wants to collaborate with Trump and the administration to see if they could work together. We're going to see what her party feels about stuff like this. Let's get into it, you guys.
We'll do that. And in the state of Virginia, your new governor, Abigail Spanberger, seems to be indicating that she's willing to work with President Trump, with the Trump administration, to find common ground. She was talking to our Fox Digital friends saying, "I'm the new Virginia governor, and affordability is what everyone needs." Now, what exactly that looks like, we don't know, but she also writes in an op-ed on foxnews.com, "I'm ready to work with anyone, including President Trump, to make life less expensive because high costs and the inability to retain and attract top talent to Virginia affect everyone, no matter your party affiliation and no matter if your company has 5 employees or 5,000.
Well, it will certainly be interesting. I think that incoming Governor Spanberger is definitely sort of laying out a different track. We've seen a lot of Democrats try to make a name for themselves by just being adversarial and by attacking President Trump. No matter, and the problem for them, of course, is that so many of the issues that President Trump has picked out have been these 80-20 issues that even Democrats support. They may not.
Yeah, well, I still, like I said, maybe that's the way that she feels like going, but that does not mean that the party is going to be aligned in what she wants. Because you know how this goes sometimes. Sometimes people are like this. Frankenstein. If you don't, I'm just with the party. Whatever the party says, I'm with it. Nope, I'm sorry. I'm a party pooper. Not a Democrat, not a Republican, and not an independent. I'm a party pooper. I'm a human being. Call me a party pooper. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. California could lose a lot of money, and especially when it comes down to this migrant trucker lawsuit that we all have been following throughout this last couple of months, especially with all of the recent accidents that have been going on the roads.
Nearly 20,000 immigrant truck drivers are suing the California DMV over canceled commercial driver's licenses after a
Nah, that's not the one. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's the one. Yep, let's do it.
string of deadly crashes. So do they have a case? Let's ask Fox News contributor and former Whitewater deputy independent.
So now, instead of it just being the case where they're taking their licenses, because matter of fact, I don't want to do it like that. I'm supposed to be breaking you guys in. I knew it's not flowing the right way. Let me see something real quick. Just give me a second right here. I don't like the way that flowed in. Let me see. It's two of them. All right, I'm gonna let it go. Oh nope, there you go. I'm gonna let it go the way I want it to go. No, I can't, because that's not the way. Let it go, let it go. Sorry.
Counsel Sol Weisenberg. Sol.
Again, we're at the migrant truckers that are suing California DMV over canceled licenses. Sorry about that, guys.
So great to see you. Nobody better to break this down for us. Obviously, we have seen the string of deadly crashes going back to this summer when that illegal immigrant truck driver in Florida did a U-turn, killing 3, and a string of cases that included more recently a Chinese illegal immigrant that had a CDL and an Indian immigrant that had a CDL. And in this case, one individual was killed in both of those, but that Chinese national and the Indian national had crossed the border illegally and been released under the Biden administration in 2023 out west in Arizona and California. Now we see this lawsuit. Do these immigrant truck drivers have a case?
Well, it's too early to tell, Griff, but I wouldn't put my money on them. Here's really the issue. They're suing California, and they're saying California made clerical errors. They're not saying at this point that there's a problem with the federal government, as I understand it. And here's how this whole thing started. There's a ton of federal transportation money going to the states. And the Trump administration came in and said, guess what? You have a lot of people driving with commercial licenses who shouldn't be. Illegal aliens or people who are legally here but don't have the proper status to be driving. Right. And if you don't fix it, you're not going to get any transportation money.
Makes sense.
And so you have a guy like Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who is no fan of Trump, who canceled over 20,000 commercial licenses because they don't want to lose that federal money. We're talking about 73 million for the state of New York, 73 million alone. So here are the two main issues here. You've got people who are driving, illegal aliens or people with not completely legal status who are here, who have commercial licenses issued by the states, and those licenses haven't expired yet, but their status as legal non-citizens here has expired. And the Trump administration has said that's going to stop. And at first, Gavin Newsom was very defiant about it. And then he canceled 20 licenses, or he announced they're going to be canceled, I think, on January the 5th. And your second issue, as you pointed out, is people who are here, whether they're legal or not, they're of immigrant status and they're driving trucks and they are not proficient in English, which of course can cause all kinds of accidents. So those are the economic factors, the financial factors that are driving a state like California, which is certainly not Trump friendly on immigration policy, to say, we better do something or we're going to lose.
I just can't believe how his face was when that happened. He was just like, oh, just another whatever. There's people that lost their lives right there because of that stupid U-turn you decided to take. This is what I'm talking about. This is a very important story right here. I know it's boring because it sounds whatever, talking about licenses or whatever, but look at what they're really talking about, getting these people off the road.
Lose a lot of money. That's kind of the backdrop for what's happening here.
Well, and you know, Sol, and I'm not a lawyer, you are, but I wonder too, when I hear about this case, I wonder, so do the families of...
And he just standing there looking like he on camera, don't understand what's going on, it's stupid behind. I mean, they should have just slapped him right in his face as soon as that happened.
our roads. Here's a list we can show you going all the way back to this summer in Florida. The illegal immigrant trucker killed 3, attempting to make that illegal U-turn. And back in October, another killed in a truck driving incident. In California, they've seen a number of incidences, to include in Ontario, where 3 were killed. And just last month, you had in Oregon another horrific incident that killed 2 after a truck jackknife. And then just weeks ago in Tennessee, a Chinese national kills one by causing a deadly multi-vehicle pileup. In Washington State, you had an illegal immigrant trucker failed to decelerate and killed 1. And you know what's crazy is in those last 2 incidences, the Chinese illegal truck driver and the Indian illegal truck driver, those crossed in 2023 in Lukeville, Arizona, where I saw the immigrants coming across, these middle-aged men from all over the world. And in California, the Chinese individual crossed in San Diego, because I looked back at their alien files through my sources of Border Patrol, and you look back at the chaos that the border was, and you realized this is likely going to be a consequence, and yet the previous administration just let it run wild.
That's sad right there, man, because there's some deadly situations going on. These guys are going to want to do all types of work, not just stay in one situation. They're not going to just want to stay in one category when they come here. When they find out that trucking and certain other things are actually lucrative, they're going to want to try to get into it. Also, people that have those sorts of companies are going to try to get those people to work because they know that they're going to work for cheaper. Exactly. Let's keep on moving forward now, because we got to go stay in LA right now. We staying there? No, we got to get on over to Washington, where lawmakers, they left Capitol Hill without making a decision on health care. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get this out of here.
Of yet another government shutdown when Congress comes back to work in January. Also beginning in January, lawmakers get a chance to figure out this healthcare premium circumstance. Chief Congressional Correspondent Chad Pergram explains.
Lawmakers left Washington without fixing skyrocketing costs for some healthcare premiums as Obamacare subsidies expire.
We have constituents that are going to have their premiums go up. That doesn't help them. That's why I think that we need a temporary extension.
But some lawmakers believe Congress can address healthcare in 2026. It's an election year, and that could compel action.
They're never going down until you change the model.
Democrats withheld their votes for government funding unless Congress renewed expiring tax credits. Still no solution. Were all of those tactics worth it?
Donald Trump and Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. They made the decision to shut the government down.
But you don't have a resolution.
Why did they shut the government down? We've raised the issue of the Affordable Care Act tax credits.
And Democrats aren't certain if they'll run the same political play on health care as a January 30th spending deadline looms. That doesn't sound like you've arrived on a strategy for how to handle January 30th. So is that in play, yes or no, the health care issue the same as it was in the government shutdown this fall?
I answered the question
But that doesn't sound clear, though.
The bottom line is very clear. You can't do it after January 1st. Once it expires, the toothpaste is out of the tube.
At least one Republican believes his party erred not having a health care plan ready at the end of the government shutdown.
We have to get into this game. We can't sit back and think that because Democrats have basically owned the health care message in polling over the last 15 years that we should not have a plan. We definitely need one.
Some Republicans want to go it alone on health care. They hope to use a special process to bypass a Senate filibuster and pass their own health care bill and campaign on that in 2026.
I know one thing, you need to get that straight, because they're talking about doubling and tripling people's premiums to the point where people are going to have to choose between eating and health care. A lot of people can't deal with that. We have people here that rely on health care. Trust me, I know. Keep on moving forward, you guys. Now we got to keep on going forward, because now they're talking about some big refunds. I remember them saying $5,000. I remember them saying $2,000. Then it was 1776 because it was some date. Okay, whatever. Now we got the situation where the biggest refunds we've ever seen are supposed to be coming to the middle class. So I hope some of you guys are middle class, because you're supposed to be getting some big refunds. Let's see what they're talking about over here, y'all.
The president is speaking.
There are going to be substantial refunds to working American households in the first quarter. We're going to see very substantial 100 to 150 billion of refunds in the first quarter go directly to Americans' pockets.
What we're seeing is that the people who have no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, all of those folks didn't have their forms changed this year because the IRS didn't have time to do it because we passed the bill in July. And so they're going to get huge tax refunds in the first and second half of the year.
Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year. And next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time.
Can you do something where we're able to keep that money and not have to spend so much of it on rent and food and stuff like that? How about making it possible for us to actually keep some of that dough? That's what we want to know. We hear what you're saying, and we understand the situation that you're trying to set up, but can we really feel some of that? And we're willing to work for it. We're willing to work for it. You talking about refunds and stuff like that? No problem. Trust me, we're willing to work for it. My arm right now is like, Lord of mercy. Don't even tell them how much shoveling we did yesterday. It was crazy. Let's keep on going, you guys.
Well, the Trump administration out in...
No, I think that's enough. We already kind of got to where we want to get to because I already said enough when it comes down to that. They've said enough. Refunds and boosting. Let's see. We're going to see where it goes now. Now we got to see what we got. Oh, boy. Yeah, I got to play both sides of the coin. And there's just something about this one particular reporter just not comfortable with this person. But I have to be fair, and I said in the beginning, I got to be bipartisan because other people may want to hear from this, so I'm going to let it go. Let's get on over here. We're going to talk about people this is a situation where, this is MSNBC, of course, and they're talking about the government. Now I'm talking about, let's see what they're talking about. They go off on Trump, basically, and they're saying that he posted over 100 times on a spree on Truth Social where he just went nuts. No, that's probably the only sort of information that we got from the president over the holiday season, which is the only thing that I actually expected. Everyone gets a holiday off, so okay.
We begin this morning with President Trump posting again about Jeffrey Epstein. Last night, he asked when the DOJ will say, quote, no more on the Epstein files and work on election fraud, claiming, quote, the Dems are the ones who worked with Epstein, not the Republicans. Release all of their names, embarrass them, and get back to helping our country. This from the man who is in picture after picture after picture and video with the man in question. The post follows an incoherent Christmas Day rant where he posted, quote, Merry Christmas to all, including the many sleazebags who loved Jeffrey Epstein, only to drop him like a doll when things got too hot. Falsely claimed they had nothing to do with him, didn't know him, said he was a disgusting person, and then blamed, of course, President Donald J. Trump. He also added a cryptic warning saying, quote, that's the way it is in the world of corrupt Democrat politics. Enjoy what may be your last Merry Christmas. It's the president, of course. And that was just one of the nearly 150 times Trump posted in an unhinged rage-baiting spree on Christmas Day, in which he once again peddled 2020 election conspiracy theories, wished a Merry Christmas to everyone, including the, quote, radical left scum, and shared false claims about Somali immigrants. Joining us now is Kayla Gardner, MS Now White House reporter, Kimberly Atkins-Storr, MS Now political analyst.
Oh, man, that was crazy. The way that he said that. Yeah, the left scum. Oh, man, I got through it. I made it through because normally I can't watch that dude right there. It's just something about watching Homeboy. He don't have a tie on. He has a corsage, or corset, whatever them damn things is. And one of them, whatever the hell a woman puts on. But go ahead, bro. Do what you want to do. I'm not even messing around going in that area. Let's just go. We got to get on over to the former housing senior executive, Tracy Jones, who's expected to plead guilty on 3 charges of fraud where she stole more than $60,000. We got a lot of government theft going on, you guys. And thanks for the love. Thanks for the love, but also, you know what I would appreciate? Let's get those likes up. Hopefully we can get some more people over here to see our show and what we got going on. Also, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that. And hit that notification bell so that you know when we're on. Let's get on over to this story right here. We got some more money that's been stolen, but at least she's admitting to it.
Right, we're learning more information about the federal charges and now former senior vice president of Atlanta Housing faces. Tracy Jones was arraigned on 3 charges just last week. Fox 5's Ray Urana spoke with the U.S. attorney to learn a little bit more about what exactly she's accused of.
Federal prosecutors say a former senior vice president of Atlanta Housing defrauded more than $60,000 from government programs, and now she's facing charges.
It's no small feat to indict or to charge a public official.
It's just how stupid that she did it. Like, some of them just put themselves, like, you don't think it's gonna be a paper trail or something like that when you do stupid stuff like this?
Tracy Jones, a former senior vice president at Atlanta Housing, faces charges of conspiracy to commit theft of government funds, wire fraud, and credit application fraud.
She fraudulently obtained Section 8 money. She also fraudulently obtained COVID relief money, and she lied on a mortgage application, claiming that a rental property of hers was not a rental property and that she didn't own other properties.
U.S. Attorney Theodore Hertzberg says Jones served as senior VP of Atlanta Housing's Housing Choice Voucher Program since 2017 and oversaw one of the largest Section 8 programs in the country.
So she was stealing money for a while, allegedly, over 8 years. If she's been there since 2017, well, almost 9 years now.
Samuel Joseph, Jones's attorney, had no comment on his client's charges.
She used a shell business entity. She used a false affidavit. She convinced friends to lie and present false documents on her behalf. She used a fake name.
Atlanta Housing said in a statement, quote, "As this is an active legal matter, Atlanta Housing is unable to comment at this time. We will follow all appropriate protocols related to both internal and external reviews of all claims."
Now, was it worth it? $60,000 to get yourself shamed like that? You have a powerful position, and now people are going to look at you like.
Monday, Atlanta Housing appointed Shannon Lindsay to serve in Jones's former post.
This is incorrigible behavior, but thankfully, this defendant is now on a track to accept responsibility, plead guilty, and be held accountable for her offenses.
Hertzberg says that Jones is expected to enter that guilty plea to all 3 federal charges in the next few weeks.
So we got to see what $60,000 is going to get you in the Fed. She might have to do what? Maybe a year or something like that or whatever. Be shamed, not be in government anymore. But then again, you never know. She might come back with an excuse and try to shake it off. Do your boy a favor. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we're on, because we got to keep on moving. We got more. Long Island, off-duty NYPD officer. What does he do over the Christmas holiday? He saves a neighbor's choking baby girl on Long Island. Yeah, let's get into some other types of stories real quick. Let's cover some good stuff. Let's go.
Terrifying moments for a New York mom when her baby started choking, so she ran to her neighbor for help.
That neighbor is an NYPD officer who jumped into action to save the child's life. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore.
Somebody said, how about pay it all back? I love the way you're staying on topic. Thank you so much. And you're right about that. That's right. Pay it all back. And was it worth it? Was it worth it to Sky? Was it worth it to make yourself look stupid like that?
Out and saw the mom frantically crying, the baby lifeless in her arms.
Desperate measures to save this choking 1-year-old girl captured on surveillance video.
I began backslaps.
$60,000.
Once I did the backslaps, I turned her around to check for any obstructions in her throat. Didn't find any obstructions, so I did some...
He's literally on his porch saving this baby's life. This is an off-duty police officer. Now, the fact that she knew where he lived at and that he was off, happened to live there, I mean, all of this is like perfect, like crazy.
More backslaps come at that point. I felt her chest go up and down.
NYPD officer Freddie Serpa believes he was at the right place at the right time when his neighbors turned to him for help. The rescue happened in Elmont, Long Island on December 7th. The couple's daughter, who had been suffering with the cold, was choking on mucus, unable to breathe. Mom and Dad tried 911, but they knew Serpa was trained and that they can get to him faster when seconds count.
I was at my home, just getting ready for
Hero.
work, literally prior.
That's right, hero.
And then I hear banging on my door.
Serpa saved the little girl's life before paramedics arrived and took her to the hospital. He just graduated from the police academy about 7 months ago.
They teach us how to use an AED machine as well as do back slaps and Heimlich maneuver. I never thought I'd have to use it.
Serpa says it's always best to call 911 in the event of an emergency, but parents can also empower themselves with the tools to help their children until paramedics arrive.
Remember the story the other day with the guy with the basketball referee, the one that collapsed on the courts, and those nurses were there to do the compressions? Yeah, you never know when you might be the one if you learn how to, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
The American Red Cross, which offers training resources, suggests doing a combination of chest compressions and back blows seen here if your child is choking and younger than 1. If it's an older child,
you do the same technique you would use for an adult with abdominal thrusts and back blows. You just kneel down to their level.
Critical steps when one's life is at risk. Off duty, but not off guard, Serpa is just grateful he was there to answer the call.
Our mission is to preserve life.
Crystal Cranmore, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
There you go, and he looked like he's dedicated to his job too. That's what I'm talking about. We need more officers like that, you guys. That's what I think. I think we need more officers like that. He needed to get a citation or something like that. They're probably going to do something good for him. I guess they probably would, because normally when you catch a bunch of D-rugs or somebody doing something crazy, they bump you up or whatever. So hopefully he'll get recognized for that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. How many of you guys are like TV buffs? Thank you for the love. You guys like Paramount. You guys Hollywood buffs. You're big on movies. I'll be honest with you. When movies left out of the movie theater, it didn't feel as much as good as they used to be. We used to love the experience of going to the movies, smelling the popcorn, seeing people, being on those small lines, and then when the lights get low and you got the Dolby comes up and everything. Now it's like, oh, you can watch it on your TV. So what if I could watch it on my TV? I'd rather not watch it on my TV. But yes, let me tell you what I want to do first before I get into this next story. I want to send a prayer up. And I want to thank God for everybody being smart enough to have the wherewithal, as well as the parents, for bringing the child to that police officer and for him being able to save the child's life. Amen. Okay, so what I wanted to get back into, you guys, when it comes down to these television networks, we got big guys trying to eat these other guys up. We got Paramount right now trying to buy Warner Brothers, and there's supposed to be a huge takeover that's escalating right now. My thing is, it just doesn't seem the same when it comes down to like the experience, when it comes down to movies. And then now we got all of we got a lot of stars that are building their own movie theaters, and they're on movie sound stages where they can do all of their own stuff. So these guys are really not needed as much. So when it comes down to like Paramount and all of these guys, they're starting to feel it, and that's why like what's going on now with these takeovers are happening.
With another story here that we've actually been talking about quite a bit because it involves Warner Brothers and the hostile takeover that Paramount has tried to launch. So let's actually get into it, because this bidding war in Hollywood has been heating up with Paramount Skydance now amending its bid. Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison is making a personal guarantee of more than $40 billion towards Paramount's $108 billion all-cash offer for Warner Brothers Discovery. So Paramount is led by Larry's son, Chairman and CEO David Ellison, and we know that the breakup fee has also been up to match Netflix's $8 billion figure, payable to Warner if its deal does not clear regulatory review. So basically, they're saying, hey, Netflix, you can keep your deal. We're going to pay more. We're going to buy all of Warner Brothers entities. We're going to back the debt. We want the whole thing. Netflix actually refinanced part of a $59 billion bridge loan to bolster its financial package, underpinning its bid for Warner, because originally they were not offering full cash, and now that has changed. Earlier this month, Warner agreed to sell its studio and streaming assets to Netflix in a deal valued at roughly $83 billion. The Ellisons are friendly with President Trump, who's made it clear he wants new ownership for CNN, which is owned by Warner Brothers Discovery.
Wow.
Some say Larry Ellison may not have movies on his mind, and we don't really know what his intentions would be for the company. Netflix says its offer for Warner's assets would preserve jobs as layoffs mount across the entertainment industry. AI has been a huge disruptor in all of this, but we'll keep you updated as to what ultimately happens with the deal here.
This AI is not the only disruptor. I also see, like, let's say people like Tyler Perry's he has his own sound stage. You got Cat Williams with his own sound stage. You got 50 Cent. You got a lot of people that started doing that. And even though they're small guys, that means they're taking their content away from these big guys. And they're starting to find their own way. You even got these guys with apps now. You got AI. You got so many competitors now. Hollywood, you're not the same anymore. All of that regular cartoon stuff, but you got people popping out the WB and all of that. We're brothers. It's not like that anymore. You do not dominate anymore. So guess what? You got a lot of competitors. And now with this AI situation, it's getting even crazier. Because you can make a movie, write it up, and then get AI actors to play the roles. You don't got to pay anybody now. Just keep on moving forward, you guys. I mean, it's not as rich and as good as the real true movies, but you guys get where I'm going here. Let's keep on going now. We got to get on over to Washington. Who's this Marina Lacerda? She says that it's all trash. We're going to get into our heading here. The Epstein survivors blast these files that have been released by the Department of Justice, because this is one of the actual survivors here who really is not getting having a good feeling about these files that have been released and how they're going about releasing them.
Joining us now is Marina Lacerda, an Epstein survivor. Marina, thank you for coming on, and I just want to get your reaction to what we've been seeing unfold over the course of several hours. First, a video that purported to show a suicidal Jeffrey Epstein that is now fake. It's unclear why that would have been posted. Now you have this supposed letter that they're suggesting is fake. I can't even imagine, but what has this been like for you?
First of all, I'd like to say thank you for having me here. I think it's been a roller coaster of emotions for all of us. We went from, very happy, very excited, where we've reached somewhere, to now being very disappointed and aggravated and frustrated and upset with all the things that have come to light. We feel like that all these files that have been out are already out. These are files that aren't the files, right? Like, it's what yesterday was spoken about. This is all trash, okay? None of this makes sense. You said it yourself. There's no context to these pictures. There's nothing explaining it. We have now, false documents. It's come to the point where we can't even trust our government.
So there is, in this new batch of files, a highly redacted email exchange from DOJ officials in 2019. It references efforts to contact 10 co-conspirators. Do you feel like that is something that can be pursued, that might be able to get you closer to justice and accountability? Again, assuming that it's legit.
And we always like to get content directly from the survivors, because what we say, it's just opinion. These are people that actually were affected.
Well, we think that that is legit, and we need help with that. We need to find out who are these 10 co-conspirators, because this is the whole point about having transparency, right? And I think we have gotten nothing but trash. These files that are out are from the 2019 indictment. It has nothing to do with what happened within 2008 and what happened in 1996. And my biggest question, I think all the survivors want to know, is why haven't we brought up an investigation to the fact that Maria Farmer has made this claim? We need to open up an investigation why the FBI or the DOJ has not followed up with that. That is very important for us.
Have you even been at any point notified by DOJ when a document drop is coming?
They have not warned us. They have not reached out to us. They might have attempted, I should say, to say they wanted to talk to us, but they have not made any effort to speak to us. And we find that extremely disrespectful and again, another slap in our faces.
So as
they got these other pictures and files where Bill Clinton, what's her name, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey Epstein supposedly flew to Russia, and the bank records, because you know they look. See, why can't they have all stuff flowing together like this? Why is stuff just coming out sporadically? They're able to tell this story about Bill Clinton and have all the parts of it, where it's Epstein flew with Bill Clinton and Maxwell to Russia and paid Russian women up to $10,000. They got all that information, right? How come everything can't flow like that?
Newly released U.S. government files are reopening one of the darkest chapters in recent American history. And this time, the trail leads thousands of miles east.
This dude had presidential power. That's why. Let's look at it for what it is.
According to documents published by the U.S. Department of Justice, convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein traveled to Russia multiple times in the early 2000s, including at least one trip with former U.S. President Bill Clinton. The revelations come from thousands of records released under the Epstein Files Transparency Act, signed into law by President Donald Trump, forcing the DOJ to publish long-sealed material tied to federal investigations.
This is another part where the people that have been with me for a really long time, I'm going to ask you guys something really hard to do right now, because I've been able to do it. And I don't know how all of a sudden it just came to me. It's like, just because those photos are redacted, who do you think is in that photo? Who do you think is covered in that black square? Especially if we've already heard certain victims say that they were with these powerful men. Just because they covered the faces in the squares doesn't mean that we still don't know who these people are. Remember that those last two sentences that I just told you for the next video that I play. Because here we have the president inside some water floating around with some women, right? Their faces are redacted, except for Ghislaine Maxwell, whose back's to us. But we can clearly see that that's Bill Clinton, and up here, got a woman that's her face redacted. And right before that one, we had another one where one was sitting on his lap. Right there, right? So we're going to assume that they're just like, we're going to cover their faces and people ain't going to know who it is. All right, cool. But we smarter than that, right? So remember that. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Act, signed into law by President Donald Trump, forcing the DOJ to publish long-sealed material tied to federal investigations. Flight logs tell part of the story. Court documents linked to a lawsuit filed by Epstein accuser Virginia Giuffre show that Epstein, his longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell, and an assistant flew to Russia on at least 3 occasions between 1992 and 2003.
An assistant.
Aboard Epstein's private Boeing 727.
They made 3 stops.
One trip stands out. In May 2002, the plane stopped in Novosibirsk, then continued east to Khabarovsk in Russia's Far East.
Automatically proves that Jeffrey Epstein was flying from country to country, international, all around the world in his plane, anytime or any way that he wanted to do it.
On the passenger manifest, Bill Clinton, his aide Doug Band, and several others. After Khabarovsk, the group reportedly flew on to Shenzhen, China. When Epstein was questioned about that flight years later, he refused to answer. In 2016, during legal proceedings, Epstein invoked the Fifth Amendment, declining to respond to questions about the Khabarovsk trip with Clinton. The former U.S. president has repeatedly stated he had no knowledge of Epstein's criminal activities and says he severed ties with Epstein long before the financier's arrest.
Come on, man. You know who that is in the middle of that picture right there. I don't even know why they cover her face up like we stupid. We know who that is, but okay, let's keep on going. Let's get into the middle of it now. Now we're going to go. This one is going to play and then we're going to get our facts right after it. We got this Washington where this new discovered Epstein documents are going to be examined by an ex-Watergate prosecutor. Watch this. Watch as he weighs in.
It's a matter of just putting a black mark over people who are victims. That was it. There's certainly nothing in there for national security. There's no other really valid reason not to turn over all this information. This should have taken no time at all. They should have been able to do it in that month. They knew where the documents were.
This is a lawyer that was on Watergate, Richard Nixon.
This is just a lame excuse.
I do want to ask you, you've gotten bipartisan criticism of how this Pam Bondi has handled this, how her office has handled the release of these files. What do you think it is doing as far as the way people feel towards the DOJ, the public trust?
Oh, I think the public trust is completely dissolved. There is no public trust in the DOJ anymore, whether it's appearing in court before judges or whether it's just what they're doing with the public and telling the public what they have or don't have. I think she's got zero credibility at this point.
And when it comes to how these were put out, you had all of this back and forth where a couple of times the DOJ put documents out, then they rescinded them saying there are some issues here that we need to do some redactions, and they put a huge...
It's like bird seed and bird feed. They only give you some stuff that they want for you to line up so that you have an understanding, and that'll be your way of understanding and thinking that it's going that way. How? How can we prove it? I'm gonna show you how we're gonna prove it right now. All right? They already said it. That's the way that they laying it out, right? This is how we're gonna prove it right here. This is how we're gonna prove it. Now we remember we was talking about Russia. I don't know if you guys remember Africa trip as well from Bill Clinton. Well, guess what we got right here? We got some Epstein survivor, Shantae Davies, who reveals she was taken to an island with Bill Clinton and another notable figure to Africa. Check this out. And remember, they made a couple of stops.
Hello, my name is Shantae Davies, and I'm here before you today as a survivor.
And just so you guys know, we always be fair about the dates. This is from 3 months ago, but it happens to be pertinent to our conversation, what we have going on right now. Let's go.
A survivor of decades of pain, the trauma, and betrayal at the hands of Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein, and the people who enabled them, and a government that for far too long refused to help. In 2002, I was living in California, a young woman with high aspirations of becoming an actress. I was already beginning to make a name for myself in the industry. A person I trusted, someone I thought was a friend, invited me to meet a powerful woman who could help advance my career. That woman happened to be Ghislaine Maxwell. I was asked to give her a massage, though I had almost no experience, and when I did, she praised me and promised introductions to someone enormously powerful, someone who could change the course of my life, and that...
It was all Sean Ye. We call that Cheyenne, BS. No matter how good or bad she massaged your back, your bottom line is to get her to Jeffrey. That's it. Let's keep going.
That man was Jeffrey Epstein. At first, I was an excited young woman on top of the world. Epstein flew me to his private island. He listened to my dreams, promised to help, but his promises came with a catch. The abuse began. He told me to keep it secret. He manipulated me with quid pro quo I did not consent to, but I felt I had no one to turn to. He was too powerful. I was just one of the many young women trapped in his orbit. I was even taken on a trip to Africa with former President Bill Clinton and other notable figures. In those moments, I realized how powerless I was. If I spoke out, who would believe me? Who would protect me? Epstein himself was the most powerful leader of our country. Epstein surrounded himself, with the most powerful leaders of our country.
No. We hear the slip up and we understand where you're going with that. Because if I'm talking, even if I'm mid-sentence about something that's strong, you still got to cover yourself. But what she's saying and what she's not saying is what we need to pay attention to.
Powerless I was. If I spoke out, who would believe me? Who would protect me? Epstein himself was the most powerful leader of our country. Epstein surrounded himself, with the most powerful leaders of our country and the world. He abused not only me, but countless others, and everyone seemed to look away. The truth is, Epstein had a free pass. He bragged about his powerful friends, including our current president, Donald Trump. It was his biggest brag, actually. And what I endured will...
I'm going to call that Sean Ye. He bragged about it, but they ain't had no relationship still. He was fronting like they were still cool. Now other people, whatever, of course, he probably still had that run, but I don't think that that was true. Because if you really want to go there, I'm going to just go there. Anybody remember when Donald Trump said he helped the FBI? Okay.
Haunt me forever. I live every day with PTSD. I live as a mother trying to raise my child while distrusting a world that has betrayed me. This kind of trauma never leaves you. It breaks families apart. It shapes the way we see everyone around us. But one thing is certain, unless we learn from this history, monsters like Epstein will rise again. There are files, government files, that hold the truth about Epstein, who he knew, who owed him, who protected him, and why he was allowed to operate for so long without consequence.
Nobody's paying attention to the victims, the ones that can say, let me see that file. Oh, that's me right there. That's when I was there with them. And da-da-da-da-da-da. Ooh, if they do that, then you really got a problem. Let's bring them all around the table and put a whole bunch of files in front of them that's unredacted with names. And then have the victims like, yeah, that was me, the one that da-da-da-da-da. Woo, they really want to go there. Let's do that. Double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. I just wanted to do it this way so that you guys can get a full circle of something. It's the way that you gotta go get research sometimes. And I know a lot of people may feel differently about it. People may be angry with me about it, but that's just the way that I feel about it. I follow the breadcrumbs, but I don't follow them a certain way. I watch the way that you're trying to steer me, but then I'm like, why would you try to steer me that way when common sense is telling me it's this way? But I'm gonna go inspect that, because then I'm gonna wonder why you're trying to make me do that. That's why we do what we do over here at Our Bottom Line. Fox, MSNBC, BBC, whatever it is. They think they're getting over on us? We're smart. We watch them all. And we just, what we do, act like adults, and we make our own decisions. That's right, y'all. Double tap that screen and get those likes up, because we got to get on over to Plantation, where it never fails. We got a serious mentally ill man going on right now, because this fool has been accused of recording women in Kohl's in the changing room while they're taking their clothes off. Imagine, matter of fact, I can't even say the rest, because like, why? Like, what would be your reasonabilities? Like, why? It's not even a word, reasonability. Like, why the hell would you do this?
Safety alert in Plantation, where a man is accused of secretly recording a woman inside a fitting room.
Police say it all happened last week at a Kohl's department store. With more information on this is Local 10's Trent Kelly. He is live in Plantation with details on the arrest. Trent, what a disturbing case.
This nigga's crazy.
Yeah, disturbing indeed. So much so for that victim, guys. We are told she started screaming at the suspect right here inside the store. All of this happening at this Kohl's off South University Drive in Plantation.
This is a true pervert right here.
Last week, the victim undressing in one of the fitting rooms here, never even knowing that she was secretly being recorded by a complete stranger.
All right, Mr. Wright, good afternoon, sir. You're charged with 1-count digital voyeurism. The court does find probable cause for the charge.
A Pembroke Pines man facing a felony charge, accused of secretly recording a woman without her knowledge inside a dressing room at a popular department store. 26-year-old Derek Wright Jr. arrested by police last Thursday after taking video of the victim inside the Kohl's store on South University Drive in Plantation. Investigators say Wright began following the woman while inside the store, adding that at one point, the victim was in the fitting room trying on clothes and was partially nude. After leaving the fitting room, Wright approached the victim and began to speak. That's when Wright allegedly turned his phone screen towards the victim and showed her a video of her topless in the fitting room. Upon realizing what she was observing, they say the victim became irate and began to scream. After being chased outside by other customers, officers say Wright got into a car and sped off before he was later spotted and arrested near the I-75 off-ramp near Sheridan Street. Wright appearing in bond court Friday, his attorney asking the judge for a lower bond amount.
I'll be honest with you guys, I could act a real good one on this. I can pick up the other phone and go into antics right now, but this ain't the one to do that on. I'm gonna leave this one alone.
A bond where a person cannot afford it. It was in this case a $5,000 bond. Is tantamount to no bond at all. This is not a first-degree felony or punishable by life felony where there's a no bond.
So this fool just know what I'm saying? Like, how do you come to somebody and show them a video of themselves? Like, we're in love now. Like, what do you do? Like, how do you explain this? Like, what are you saying to this person? Like, what's in your mind? Like, that's why I said in the beginning, straight pervert. This guy's a pervert. Straight up, because only somebody that mental would think that's okay.
And in the end, Wright's bond was set at $3,500. That's a bit lower than the $5,000 bond amount that prosecutors were initially seeking.
Nah, he should have got
He has since bonded out of jail and has now been ordered to stay away from the store and have no contact with the victim in this case.
What do you mean have no contact? He shouldn't even be out. That fool need to have a $20,000, $30,000 bail, because if he's that crazy to brandish a video of somebody like that, he should definitely, probably did something worse than that. And you catch him early. Catch him early before you have a chance to do something stupid like that. And women want you to watch videos like this and be aware of thunderunts like that when you're in the changing room and in the fitting room. And don't be getting all the way naked nowhere. I don't know about trying, you try on a bra somewhere. I know they say you got to keep the bra, but I'd rather do that at home. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Chicago mayor, thunderant, the one that looked like Mayor Duckneck that got about 12% approval right now. He said he feels that Trump is not helping the working class people. And 2026 will be a banner. Let's keep on going forward. Let's see what's going on. He said that 2026 is going to be a banner year for the economy.
The cost of living and the crisis that has been created by Donald Trump has declared war on working people.
Joining me now, a member of the House Ways and Means and Intelligence Committee, is Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Congresswoman, it's great to see you, and you are from the blue state of New York. How do you explain the differences here, and why is this not a bigger part of messaging from the Republicans as we head into the 2026 midterms?
Cheryl, it's great to see you as always. It is part of the messaging. The problem is Republicans need to find places to message that the Democrats are. First of all, they own most of the mainstream media, and they also are very active when it comes to social media. And we need to do that as Republicans because there is really good news. I mean, what we did with the tax cut bill and renewing the Trump tax cuts of 2017 and adding so much more into the working families tax cut, it is incredible what you're going to see. I mean, obviously, we continued the great tax cuts that help the lower and middle income taxpayers, but especially small businesses that drive the economies.
All right, yeah, we talked about that earlier. We appreciate that, and thank you so much. I'm tired of talking about that crap right there, but I know one thing in New York, y'all better be careful. And I'm telling y'all straight up and down, because I don't be eating all that crazy stuff. In New York, we got these flu cases that are so crazy that it breaks the record. Cases in a week. In 1 week, New York has broken all of the flu cases in 1 week. Check this out.
Morning Health Watch. If your holiday plans or maybe your families were interrupted by the flu, you're not alone. New York health officials say we broke the state record. The state recorded the highest number of flu cases ever for a single week. For the week ending December 20th, the number of cases was more than 71,000. That's a 38% jump from the previous week. Health officials say the flu vaccine is the best protection against the illness, and it's not too late to get the shot. Well, it's a trend being felt across the country with the number of cases up coast to coast.
The latest CDC report estimates there have been close to 5 million cases. Nearly 2,000 people have died, including at least 3 children. So if you skipped out on your flu shot, haven't gotten it yet this season, doctors have a very simple message for you. And Katie Weiss brings that to us.
It has become a refrain we've heard all fall. Get your flu shot. This winter, doctors are still saying it as the number of flu cases is up coast to coast.
I don't know if I'm asking the wrong question, but I'm going to ask you guys. I'm going to just go there. How many people here get flu shots? Thumbs up if you get the flu shot. Thumbs down if you don't get the flu shot. If you don't want to answer, that's cool too. If you get the flu shot, let's say thumbs up. If you don't get it, thumbs down. I'm not even going to go into your reasoning. We got some 2 thumbs up, thumbs down, up and down, down, up. Hey, them downs is in there. Downs is in there. A couple of ups. About, same amount of ups as there are downs. Thought it was just me. Okay. Okay, I'm not even gonna ask you guys if y'all got the because I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, nope, I ain't get that neither. Ooh, we got some people up in here. Okay. Nope, okay. Okay, well, guess what? May I have lemon, may I have garlic, may I have some ginger, and may I have some tea. And I don't eat no crazy type of stuff. I take care of my body. I do 480 of those shorty push-ups every day. I work out. I take care of myself, you guys. This ain't no flim-flam here. You see, the majority of people said, nope, no flu shot, no flu. Now, I'm going to just go there. I'm going to ask one more question, and since you're saying that. Okay, how many of you trust it? How many of you trust it? If you trust it, I trust it. Thumbs up. If you don't trust it, thumbs down. Meaning I can do without it. Yeah. If you trust it, thumbs up. If you, ooh, yeah. I see who we got over in. I see who we got in here. I see who we got in here. That's why I rock with y'all and y'all come here every day. That's what I'm talking about. We got a couple. That go. Yeah, y'all smart. Yeah, y'all smart. I don't have to ask you the other question. I do not have to ask you guys the other question because then they're going to try to find a way to get it to us. So I ain't going to go there. I love y'all though. Y'all are smart. I don't have nothing to say, but you guys are smart. Let's keep on going. Let's get on over to Florida, where a teen undergoes 17 hours of surgery at Johns Hopkins to remove a 174-pound leg. This is something I did not want to show. I'm talking about, guys, I didn't want to show it. I mean, it's just too much for me because I'm a punk when it comes down to certain stuff. But I'm going to show it.
A Bradenton teen is recovering at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital after a risky and life-altering surgery where doctors removed a mass and amputated her left leg. Once removed, the leg itself weighed 174 pounds. An infection was threatening the 14-year-old's life.
My dad always told Jasmine, if it came down to your life or your leg, we would choose your life. So they took the chance, and thankfully, and thank God that it went well. 17 hours, we were all worried sick, waiting in the waiting room.
Jasmine Ramirez is the youngest of 7 children. She's recovering from surgery and is expected to remain hospitalized for the next few months. Her father got Jasmine on the phone for us.
I'm thankful for everyone that is supporting me right now.
And she waved to us from inside her hospital room as we spoke to her sister and father outside. For nearly her entire life, she suffered from a condition so rare, there's no official name for it. At 2 years old, her family says Jasmine's left leg started growing rapidly.
People are curious, people want to look. Sometimes they stare, and she would feel that too. Even at school, when she wanted to feel like a normal kid, she wasn't. She just wanted to fit in, and some kids are mean.
The teen is sharing her story on a Facebook page called Jasmine's Journey. She hopes to raise awareness about this condition. Her family says Jasmine represents strength and courage. Here she is taking her first steps after surgery. Their message? Act with compassion. Not everyone fights a battle you can see.
Also, I want to thank all the people out there that prayed for us, because we had armies of prayers that they were lifted for Jasmine.
That's why I didn't want to show that. I knew it was going to do something. I didn't know what it was going to do, but I knew something was going to happen. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's keep on moving forward, all right? Sorry about that, because sometimes I need to listen to myself, but at the same time, I need you guys to see those stories, so we just get through it together. I want to pray for Jasmine and the family and everybody that went through this, and I want to pray that nothing else comes towards them in a negative manner. I think they don't need anything but strength, energy, the right sort of power and aura to go over to them for healing, as well as any sort of support that the family can get for themselves as well as they're going through this. I want to pray for everybody that did the surgery. I'm so happy that it was a success, and hopefully she's able to move on to be a happy little girl and move on with her life with maybe a prosthetic or something that's going to make her feel so comfortable to be around people. Amen. Best that I can do right there, you guys. Let's go. We got to get on over to Vegas, where this one guy says he wanted to help this witness, but he catches an Edley Las Vegas abbing on camera. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. I have to stop this video because I know it's going to be a little too much to show. They always able to show stuff like this, but I can't. I'm going to try to give you guys as much as possible. But he pulls this thing out and he's starting to... All right, we got a situation where this guy's lost his life in Vegas in a stills nabbing, where this guy just went berserk, pulled out a blade, and ran up on another gentleman and tried to stills nab him, right? The sad part about it was the man couldn't turn away and run because it seemed to me like he had something wrong with his leg, or maybe he was old. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go.
11 o'clock, a brutal attack leaves a man dead, and it's all caught on camera. Thanks for joining us. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. This video we obtained shows a man swinging a knife near Owens and H Street before he stabs and kills a stranger just walking down the street. 8 News Now anchor Sasha Loftus spoke with the man who captured that video. She joins us in studio with more.
Brian and Denise, the man I spoke with tonight says he was dropping off diapers for his child when this all started right in front of him. He was afraid if he intervened, he'd get hurt, so he started recording to have evidence.
Is that a knife?
Terrifying moments caught on camera.
And I just started recording, and next thing I knew, we saw a knife.
Roberto Gutierrez recounting the moment he witnessed this. A man chasing another man down, then stabbing him to death. Here near Owens and H Street.
And I saw the guy swinging the knife.
All right, so I'm not trying to say to intervene, but I'm stupid. Yeah, I'm dumb. Not going to intervene and go over there and do nothing, but I'm not going to record. They go to police. Here come the cops. Hey, yo, stop that. We calling the police. Just people is all around looking. That's it. Sad the way the world is. Sad. Throw a bottle at them. Even if you throw it at both of them. It's better than nothing. Do something. Throw the bottle and run. He ain't looking at you.
And then I looked around and I saw people calling the police.
The man seen with that knife identified as 46-year-old Kenwan Montgomery, who now faces murder and assault charges.
Now, without the blade, he would have went to sleep. Straight up and down. Even with the blade, to tell you the truth. I'd have been mad enough, I probably would have fought homeboy with that blade. Because he was moving kind of stupid and crackheadish anyway.
Montgomery was visiting his mom in the area Thursday when he threatened her and his brother, then attacked this random person walking by.
He was locked on that guy. Other people were hitting him and he was ignoring them.
What?
As this unfolded, Gutierrez and his family...
Okay, I'll take that back. He said other people were hitting him and he was ignoring them. He wanted to take this guy out. This is when you mind your business.
Were in shock, and he wanted to intervene.
I get it.
But feared for his own safety.
I get it why you did
My
the
first instinct is to help. I wanted to help.
I got you. I understand now.
But I also didn't want to get myself, in danger too.
I got you.
And then I see everyone calling the police behind me.
Yeah.
He adds that others tried to stop it, but for a while, nothing would work.
There was a point when there was like 5 or 6 cars, like surrounding them and honking at them. They were like swinging a backpack at him, hitting him in the head, and he still wouldn't stop.
Eventually, several people are seen tackling Montgomery, and he drops the knife.
A few people held him down finally at the end, and the police got there.
A gruesome end to something no one expected, and Gutierrez still can't believe.
You just don't know.
Yeah, man. All right. Take that all back. I ain't doing nothing. Minding my business. Probably take a video too. Yep, minding my business. All them people was whooping on him and they still couldn't take him down. I'm leaving that alone. They should have hit him with some of that construction sort of partitions and stuff. Start picking that up. But yes, we have to pray for the person that lost their life in this tragic event. And we're hoping that things like this can stop happening. I don't understand what happened to this man. Did he snap? What? He locked on to that man, and that man is no longer here. And all of the other people that had something to do with it when it came down to the assaults that led up to that. I want to pray for the soul of the loss of the man that lost his life in this tragic event, you guys. Amen. It's just crazy, man. I'm sorry to have to report that right there, but yeah, we have to report it. And we got this other situation coming up in, California, where her own mother, no, don't tell me this. You serious? This lady's horrific details revealed after the body of a California girl was found in Utah. Her mother, Ashley Buzzard. The girl's mother is in court now because of this situation here. Can't believe this. Like, if you don't want a child, you know, don't do this. Like, don't do this to your child. Like, come on. Adoption. There's so many other options.
The mother of a 9-year-old California girl found dead in Utah has been arrested on suspicion of her murder. Melody Buzzard first reported missing in October after going on a road trip with her mom. Jonathan Hunt is live in LA with more. Jonathan?
Good morning, Rich. The allegations against Ashley Buzzard are horrific, hard to comprehend. She was arrested yesterday and is accused of killing her own 9-year-old daughter, Melody, allegedly shooting her in the head and dumping her body in a rural part of Utah, north of Salt Lake City.
This level of criminal activity is particularly shocking given the calculated, cold-blooded, and criminally sophisticated premeditation and heartlessness that went into planning it, and the ruthlessness that went into actually committing the crime.
Melody was first reported missing by a school administrator on October 14th. But when deputies went to the family's home in Lompoc, California, her mother would not say where her daughter was. Officials then learned that the pair had left California on October 7th and traveled to Nebraska with stops in Nevada, Arizona, Utah, and Kansas. During part of the trip, Melody was seen wearing a hooded sweatshirt and a wig, while the license plates on the rental vehicle Ashley Buzzard was driving were also changed. Melody Buzzard was last seen on surveillance video near the Colorado-Utah line.
Now what's crazy is she probably had her daughter in on it, but not knowing that was her whole plan. She got wigs on, disguising the license plates, just to do that to your own daughter. She needs to get, capital punishment.
Her mother, who was in court on a separate charge last month, is still telling investigators very little.
Yeah, I can tell you that as of this morning, no, there was no change in her attitude and her demeanor. Uncooperative.
Ashley Buzzard was arrested early yesterday morning after bullet cartridges found near Melody's body were linked to a used cartridge case found in the family home. She's being held without bail. Rich?
Jonathan?
I see somebody got the wood and they got the chopper. You talking about off with a dome over there. Capital, somebody said capital. See that capital? Capital, look, capital. Clearly very premeditated. Yeah, the devil wears Prada. Yes. Sickening. Very premeditated. Yes. I think she didn't even know that she was doing that to her own daughter. What's wrong with people, man? Let's get on over to Dallas real quick where we got this mechanic that says this code compliance operator was stealing hundreds of dollars from him. This is crazy. And I want to pray for this little girl right here. I want to pray for the family. I just can't believe somebody would do that to their own daughter. Children, like, and she was so beautiful, curly hair or smiling in the picture. What could she be? What's wrong with these people? I want to pray for the little girl as well as the family that you know was feeling a tragic time going through this, as well as her soul. And Lord, please protect our children as much as you possibly can. And when it comes down to situations like this, Lord, I just hope that she is her soul is laid to rest. Amen. It's a terrible situation. Her own daughter, 9 years old. There's women that love their daughter, dress their daughters up like little princesses and stuff. Most of the time when you hear a woman talking about their daughter, they be like, oh, I try to teach her stuff that I never really had a chance to do, or I dress her up, and they like have a little tea time and stuff like that. Like, come on, man. She was sick. There's something sick going on with this lady. Let's get on over to this. Let's keep on moving forward. I don't even want to cover this crap anymore. I just want to see what the results of her trial is going to be, because she needs to go to jail. Like this, we got this mechanic over here now that says a compliance operator stole hundreds of dollars from him. Now, he has a language barrier situation. So that's how she stole the money from him. What I think is even worse is when she started to break her cover and it realized that it wasn't about fines and things like that, her excuses, I need to pay my car payment. Stupid stuff like that. You guys are not gonna believe this story. I'm talking about, this is one of the stupidest criminals I've ever heard about in my life. She's stupid. She's stupid.
Look, I'm just here for this one-time thing to help him. We was helping each other, sure, and that's it.
How are you helping each other?
I don't have any more answers.
You have no answers. You have not been extorting this man for 2 months?
No, I have not. Friend, I'm not trying to hurt you.
Are you friends? Is this your friend?
You called me friend.
This is Oscar Rivera, and this is Delana Howard, an officer with Dallas City Code Compliance. Not only does Rivera say they're not friends,
5 o 6, algo así.
totaling probably
700.
He says she used her position with the city to demand hundreds of dollars from him, claiming if he did not pay, he'd owe the city of Dallas thousands in fines. Are you afraid?
So she basically used the language barrier, found somebody that she could get money from, and got caught. Let's go, y'all. Let's get into it.
Of her?
Sí, le tengo miedo a ella.
In July, Rivera went through the annual license renewal process with Code Compliance for his car repair business, a business he's been certified to operate for more than 10 years. His license was renewed in July.
Pero fue uno y ya me dio mis permisos, dijo que estaba bien, y luego ella también dijo que ya.
But Rivera says in September, one of the officers with the department came back, claiming he was in violation of city code.
Oh, me dijo que me podía dar un ticket de $5,000, o si no, que pagara como una cota de...
I know what he said. You're going to get a fine for $5,000, or you can give me some dough.
$290.
These screenshots show text messages starting in late September from a number a Dallas police report links to Howard, saying it's going to take $200 to get this closed, promising to somehow block Rivera's address from the reporting system. Then she tells him that the fee will only be good for a month. He will have to redo it and asks him not to tell anyone. For weeks, text messages asking for different dollar amounts, asking for half if Rivera doesn't respond, insisting she's helping him out.
She said, if you don't have the whole thing, just give me half. When somebody start doing that, I mean, that is a real scrum bum. She's just trying to get anything.
The messages went from demands to pleas for cash to pay her phone bill and car note.
What?
We have here is a clear case of extortion.
Eric Deroger is Rivera's attorney. On November 14th, Rivera filed a report with the Dallas Police Department. DPD would only confirm the investigation is ongoing. We asked the city of Dallas for an interview on this issue, but instead received a statement confirming Code Compliance is aware of the allegations and that the employee in question had been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation. She was placed on leave on November 24th. That same day, Rivera informed WFAA that Howard planned to come pick up cash from him. So we showed up at the shop to bring her our questions direct.
So the day that she got
WFAA,
fired, she tried to go over there and pick up some dough. I guess she said, hey, I already got fired. Might as well try to get another run. And guess who was waiting for them? That's how they got on video, because she was there to pick up some money from him.
Does he owe you money for?
Nothing.
Your text this morning said that you needed money by 1 p.m. today or your car was going to be repossessed. Is your car going to be repossessed? But what does that have to do with Mr. Rivera?
Nothing. I'm sorry, Oscar.
Were you sending those messages asking for money as an employee of the city?
No, at the time, I was always off the clock when I was sending them.
When you were working for the city, would it be common for the city of Dallas to have you texting him for the money that he owed?
You talking about fired. Talking about fired. This fool done told it all on video. I'm sorry, Oscar. I'm sorry, Oscar. Well, if you sorry, Oscar, give Oscar his money back, fatty. You was eating burgers with that money. Ham hocks, burgers, anything that you can get your hands on. She was just sitting outside of different fast food spots like, give me a Whopper. Give me a Big Mac. That's what you was really doing. You wasn't trying to pay your car note. You was trying to get some food money, fatty. Whatever. Y'all can get mad at me, call me whatever you want. Shit fat. Look nasty.
Howard never denies texting Rivera asking for money, but says that she was somehow helping him, seemingly shocked that Rivera has a problem with it. You've been texting this man for months. He said he's afraid.
I'm free? OMG. If you want a refund for your money for helping you, I will.
So you feel like you were helping him?
I really, really do. I really do.
Yo, you talking about the level of, oh, how is this person even able to get a job at the city? No, what sort of, wait a minute, you guys. Let me tell you like this. If y'all want a job, go on over to Dallas, fill out an application. They giving jobs to anybody. If this fool got a job, you want your money back? I thought I was helping him. Oh my God. I don't know. Well, let's get on over to Baltimore. Do me a favor, first of all, for finding that type of story, for it being so crazy. Can your boy get a like? I really would appreciate it. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. It gets more people over here to see crazy stories like that. Let's get on over to Baltimore, Maryland, where now the law will require barbers to receive domestic violence training. Let's go a little further. They say barbers, I say bartenders as well. Cause you be sitting there telling the bartender everything. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he did this and he did that and she did this. Bartender be like, you tell a bartender more than you tell your barber, to tell you the truth. Cause you be saucy wanting to tell him everything.
New year, we have a slate of new laws on the books in Maryland. There's one law that has popped out, regarding barbershops, really specifically around them, even salons as well, where they will have to undergo new certification, domestic violence training, that is. Our Matt Gregory has more on why the state wants your hairdresser to speak up.
I'm laughing.
Barbers
at
and
the
hairstylists see us at some of our more vulnerable moments, up close and personal in the chair. And that's why the state thinks they might be helpful in spotting domestic violence. And for one barber we talked to, he says it's training that would have been helpful a few years ago. Inside his shop, Warren Martin has seen a lot of cuts and a lot of people over the years.
Yeah, well, I had an incident where I had a customer. It was two guys. They had adopted a young boy, and they would bring him in for haircuts.
Warren also says he's seen some uncomfortable situations.
Then later on, I started seeing bruises and scabs on them and everything. Then they stopped bringing them to me, for haircuts. So it threw up a red flag. So when I heard about the training, that's what I thought about.
Now that training he's talking about is the new mandate from the state of Maryland. In 2026, to renew or get a barber or cosmetologist license, stylists will have to complete an hour of domestic violence training to help them not only spot domestic violence with their customers, but also navigate conversations and connect them to resources.
That's the reason for the barber's license, is to protect the public.
So yeah, Warren says he's on board with the training, and a part of him wishes he'd known more when he saw that boy years ago. He thinks it would have helped.
Well, I didn't have a chance to ask him how he got his bruises or anything.
Now that's just one of the Maryland laws that goes into effect January 1st. For a full list, go to our website. We've got a story on it.
I like it. And why can't things like that be adapted into other places and other states and things like that, where barbers have that right? They go, are you okay? Hey, mess with me, I'll call the police. It's part of my license and training. Don't call me no snitch. I will call the police up in here fast as a cat. Like my grandmother used to say, fast as a cat can lick his ass. I'll be on you as fast as a cat can lick his ass. I used to be looking at my grandmother like, Lord, you be coming up with the craziest stuff. Y'all think I be coming up with some stuff. Woo! God bless Minnie, boy, because she's the originator when it come down to the slapstick. And my mother, oh my God, don't even do it to yourself. Brought this one girl to my house one day. My mom said, oh, you got some pretty legs. I said, okay. Brought another girl over to my house. I said, all right, so you did good with that one. Brought another girl over to my house. She looked at her, she said, he ain't gonna stay with you. I said, Mom, stop it, what are you doing? She said, I know you, I know my boy. I know you ain't. I said, oh my God, let's get out of here. Had the girl feeling bad and everything. Let me tell you something, your mother, especially certain ones, they don't care. They're gonna call it this. I remember one time, I used to dance for Dougie Fresh, right? So right next door was a brownstone. And there was this pretty girl that was in the building. So I walk out the building and I see the girl. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. So I got her phone number and she got my phone number, right? I said, all right, call me. So I live on 108th Street. This is when Dougie Fresh used to live on 123rd and what was that? Morningside or something like, what was that? Like 8th Avenue or something like that. So right, I used to go to Brandeis. So I'm running, trying to get home fast. I'm talking about, I live on the 6th floor. I'm taking flights. Boom, boom, boom. I get upstairs. As soon as I get upstairs, all I hear is the old school phone drop. The phone just go like this. Cling. And I'm like, Ma, who was that? She said, oh, some woman called here for you. I said, woman, what are you talking about? Yeah, talking about she 18 years old and she want to talk to my son. I told that girl she better not never call here again. I said, oh my God, what did you do? That's how my mother used to do me. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. You know, I share stories sometimes, especially the safe ones that you guys can understand and get with. I'm talking about, you should have seen me, I was cutting blocks because I could run fast. I was out. 122nd, 121st, 120th. I'm going straight up the avenue. Boom, I get to my building. I jump up the steps. I go there. Had a nerve to be calling here talking about she want to speak to my son. Boy, you only 17. I was like, damn, like, oh, and I'm talking about when I say bad, fellas, she was bad. Yep, never saw her again, never had a conversation. Let's get on over to this situation here with these rechargeable batteries now. Should be, I'm thinking they need to be banned from being on airplanes and being on flights. Let's go, y'all.
From a lithium-ion battery fire on an Air China flight in October to a South Korean plane destroyed by fire after a battery charger caught fire in January. Lithium-ion battery fires like this iPad and laptop seen in FAA tests pose a lethal risk to passenger planes. While not mandated by the FAA, airlines do carry burn bags, though independent researchers say most airlines don't carry the certified burn bags that can contain a phone or battery pack fire.
Wow.
You're really concerned that the planes are at risk.
I'm absolutely concerned the planes are at risk.
UPS Captain Bob Brown led the DOT's Lithium-Ion Battery Advisory Committee, which counts 2 incidents globally every week. In the U.S., the FAA reports 80 lithium battery...
The Fresh Prince of Harlem, actually, not Bed-Stuy. I'm from Harlem, you guys. Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew. They're from 122nd, and I think that's, I want to say 8th Avenue. Yeah, 8th Avenue, right behind the gas station, right on the other side of the precinct. I'm from Harlem.
Incidents in 2025 as of mid-December, with 10 more pending verification, a potential record number. Flight crews and passengers often pour water on lithium-ion fires, then place the device in a burn bag. But FAA testing videos show some of those bags may not contain a fire, and most airlines bought their bags before the FAA's tests, though an underwriter's laboratory certified burn bag can make the difference.
And that means being able to contain a fire for a longer duration, up to potentially 6 hours. And so that's what we're looking for in a containment device.
If you notice your electronic device overheating, please notify the nearest flight attendant.
The airline industry says carriers continue to identify and mitigate potential risks associated with the transport and storage of lithium batteries.
Yeah, that's going to be a real hard one right there, because it's not going to, if they start banning or anything like that, then it's going to be what, banning your cell phone, and then what? If your phone is over a certain size or whatever like that. That's a pretty scary situation right there, you guys. I would not want to be caught up in no situation like that. But I always like us to be aware of possibilities and what's going on. That's why we report those stories. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. I would really appreciate that. And yes, that was the one that got away. But you know what? It's not the only time she did it. She did it in church too, but we ain't gonna go there. How dare you try to talk to my boy while we having service? Oh yeah, she was razor sharp, but I'm telling you, don't play with this lady. I'm telling you. Keep on moving forward over to the city sheriff of Baltimore. Well, what was going on with this one is we got some decoy packages to catch who? Porch pirates, and they gonna get locked up. Watch your head. Oh yeah, these guys in Baltimore, they're smart. They're setting you porch pirates up the right way. So the packages that you may get that you think's from Amazon, from Macy's, might be from the police. And guess what they got inside that box? GPS. And where they coming? To your crib. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
Apparently, it is the season for porch pirates. In fact, every year around the holidays, a surge in deliveries leads to a spike in stolen packages.
But this year, the Baltimore City Sheriff's Office is flipping the script on thieves with packages that actually fight back. Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor explains it all for us. Rebecca.
I like this story.
Yeah, porch pirates might want to think twice and be on the lookout. That Amazon box that you usually see might not be what it usually is. Dumb packages across the city are now coming with GPS monitoring and a direct...
And they smart. They use the B&H box because B&H, you know them for electronics.
line to deputies.
Piling up across the city, packages left on porches.
We didn't expect it to come.
Many of them meant to bring joy.
Family member bought school shoes for my son.
But instead, becoming easy targets for thieves looking to unwrap an easy score.
The guy used a stick to pull it through the gate to steal it.
According to community activist Arch McCowan, it's a minor offense, often leaving a major impact.
The heartbreaking times are when I hear of neighbors who say it was a keepsake, it was a family heirloom. We had a neighbor whose ashes were stolen. Like they sent ashes from somebody, from a loved one. And so, you know, in these cases, that's when it's emotionally, it's really upsetting for neighbors. And I think it erodes community trust.
But now, the Baltimore City Sheriff's Office is stepping in with a new strategy.
You never know, right?
The mission to make thieves think twice.
Well, they really want somebody in law enforcement to do something about it. And I want the community to know I've heard you, right? And we're out being proactive about this.
Baltimore City Sheriff Sam Cogan says the newly established Neighborhood Services Unit is teaming up with community association presidents to identify hot spots for deputies to plant decoy packages with GPS devices hidden inside, allowing them to track thieves the moment they strike.
Watch how many people they caught. You know, you steal a gift, you're going to get a lift right to central booking, right?
Within the last week, Cogan says they've already delivered 5 arrests.
Got 'em. Of those 5 arrests, some people had additional warrants. So we were able to clear a burglary warrant, a theft warrant, and an assault warrant associated with the individuals who stole the packages. And so that's good as well.
Cogan saying he hopes the message is clear. During the gift-giving season, what might look like a quick grab could now come with handcuffs.
This is not just a holiday problem, but we're seeing an increase during the holidays. And
Damn shame, man.
You know, even more Grinchy than normal.
Yo, look at that.
We're going to be out, and we're going to try to do something about that.
Really thinking outside the box, no pun intended. In this case, I think it's tremendous that they're helping us like this.
Well, also, you guys, I put it like this. I know you probably don't want to, but what I used to do is I would have stuff sent to my job or to someone I knew that was going to be there. And these new lock boxes that they have now in certain places actually do help out a lot. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Hopefully, you don't become a victim of something like that where your package gets stolen. And if you do, hopefully you're able to get the monetary value back. But when it comes down to your family's ashes and things like that, like heirlooms, that's when I think that the law needs to step in exactly. Have you ever heard of street fishing? Just want to know. I'm being straight up and down. Street fishing, like outside. You ain't got to go to no lake. You ain't got to go nowhere. Street fishing. Well, guess what? No? Really, I'm serious. Street fishing. Well, these salmon, which swam across the flooded Washington Street, they may change your mind about fishing altogether. Check this out right here, you guys. We got some street salmon up here, and you guys ain't gonna believe this crazy stuff when you see this. Watch this. Let me open up this screen. Now watch this.
Steph's right. I could watch this all day too. Why did the salmon cross the road, Jen?
This is great.
To get to its spawning grounds. No, really. This salmon in Washington State is trying to swim upstream.
Oh my gosh, look, I could watch this all day.
This Skokomish River rose out of its banks and flooded the street. Those poor salmon, they need a little boost.
One of those infinity pools where it just keeps swimming. So this video was taken last month, but actually this site is pretty common for this time of year. The Skokomish River is one of the most flood-prone rivers in Washington State.
I don't know about y'all, but if anybody likes salmon, y'all better get out there with a bucket, 2 tears in the bucket, mother, cluck it. You know how much salmon costs nowadays? Yep, I was fishing on the streets.
This has got to be a chilly swim if they're out there today.
You know, like Finding Dory, just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. Oh my gosh, I love this.
Somebody said a bear could be feasting. Hell with them bears. Give me that damn salmon.
We were watching, this is not too far from Seattle, we were watching Seattle yesterday for snowflakes. A trace was...
That's all we got, yeah.
That's all they got.
So a 1/4 inch of rainfall and a little bit of snow mixed in. And
That's what happens when the lakes overflow and the fish, you know, they're just swimming. So the salmon is like, what's going on here? I'm supposed to be able to keep swimming. They don't know no better. They brain about that big. That's when you get out there and get some of that road water, throw about 17 of them salmon in there. Yeah, I guarantee you go somewhere where there's a lot of people. I'd be like, hey, I got salmon here, 20 bucks. I got them off the road. People gonna say, the road? Okay, here, it takes 20. 20 bucks for a whole salmon that big? Man, listen, stop playing with me. Somebody gonna buy them salmon. You know, I'm always the entrepreneur trying to find a way to make a buck. Got the street salmon over here, you guys. Street salmon, what's that? Try to explain it and everything. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got this second time these cops rescue this autistic boy who's infatuated with water. Now, this is a scary situation here because when they come to get this kid, like the first time, I mean, he's almost impossible to see because the location of where he is and how short he is as to the height of the water. Check this out, you guys. Of course, they're using like a heat sensor to locate him at this point. This is a cops rescue a 6-year-old autistic boy who's infatuated with water. So they're using the drone and they got his heat off the water. They found his body temperature on the water.
Can you turn your flashlight off?
Said they got him on camera and it looks like he's standing possibly. So they've located him. They said head north and you'll head right into him.
Okay, we see him. Peace.
Now where they are is like outside in the Everglades, in the woods somewhere, in the woods, in water, in marsh, and a 6-year-old who's infatuated by water is out there.
His chest is above water. Hold on, don't yell. I think that makes him.
The cop is smart. He knows how to deal with this.
Okay, he's good. He's just sitting here. Good job, everyone. Probably 30 feet from him. It's waist deep for us.
So
and if somebody hasn't called rescue, we're gonna need him. This water's really cold and he's shaking. Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. You're Coco?
Now, what the hell is Coco doing out there?
Come here. My name's Brady. Come here. Come here. You're okay. We're gonna get you a blanket, okay? Come here. Good job, buddy. Got you, buddy. Good boy. You cold? Yeah? Come on. Glad we got him. All right, good. All right, Coco. Your dad? Are you his dad? Yes. So your dad? Coco, man. It's cool. We have the fire department come just to check on him, Papa. Okay. Here, why don't we put him in a car with the heat real quick? He's got to be cold.
Coco might need a bell. Because in 2024 in August, Coco did it again.
Coco! Hey, he's out here somewhere.
Somebody said he was chilling with the frogs. You lucky it wasn't no alligator. How about that? Not trying to be mean, but true.
Hey, I got him.
Sound like the same police officer that's aware of the situation. Now, I know You know, I don't know I wouldn't know how I would deal with that. You know, autism, you know, very sad situation that they're dealing with that and going through that with him. But I just thought that the story was just oddly different. Never thought of something like that. A child who's infatuated with water that goes to open waters, gets in and gets away from his parents and is able to do something like that. What y'all got to say about this? He needs constant supervision on a tether. Why do they put GPS tracker on a kid? Need to teach him to swim early. The family might want to invest in a gate or leash. They need to get out and censor for Coco and they need to put a sensor on Coco or the exit. Okay, it seems like someone keeps taking them there. Where are the parents? Guys got a lot of great input on this one. I want to pray for Coco, pray for the family, and hopefully there isn't anyone taking them out there like that. But it's very questionable, like someone said. I want to pray for them, and hopefully he never gets caught up in a bad situation with animals or anything like that. Other people might see him out there, anything. Amen. Pretty crazy, you guys. Let's go. Second time they saved him. Now, let's get over to a good story and then start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York, these vagabond shoes are melting away. Let's make a break. Nah, don't stop. Let's get on over to Brooklyn. I think that's Brooklyn. But we're going to find out right now because I appreciate people like this. They're incentivized and they help out the community. We got this bodega owner called Island Ock who inspires kids to get good grades. We want to show you how Island Ock does it. I appreciate this guy and what he's doing. Nothing but respect for people like this. In Staten Island.
Started with a simple challenge. One kid, one report card, and a promise.
If I get good grades on my report card on Wednesday, I get something here for free.
While Al-Selwi, known online as Island Ock, manages this Staten Island deli, he never expected that moment to spark something much bigger.
It went viral, and then kids from everywhere, just Staten Island, they came. They was like, "Can I do can I show you my report card?"
Post after post. Quickly, his social media pages started reaching millions. Kids weren't only getting whatever they wanted from the store, but also a $100 bill. Russell Vincent is one of the students inspired to show up.
It's like shocking seeing a lot of people around the world getting encouraged.
He's in the 7th grade and says the reward is about more than just what he receives.
I want to set an example for others, like kids that are doing like a little bit poorly in school, to bring up their grades and focus more.
After 2 years, word has spread far beyond Staten Island. Kids from every borough now come here, including some families from out of state. One family traveled from Alabama, and just this week, 2 kids came all the way from Virginia.
Wow.
At first, wild coverage cost himself, but high demand pushed him to launch a GoFundMe page. And in recent weeks, lines have stretched out the door for days. As interest grew, so did the standards.
So, you see this right here? I know he's giving away money and stuff, but he's making kids want to get them A's and do good in school. What? This is a good story right here for a real good GoFundMe situation.
If you want to get the $100 on the Island Ock t-shirt, you have to have a 98 plus average.
Wow.
If you have an 88 to a 97, you get to grab whatever you want.
The rewards are now limited to twice a year, December and June, with appointments required in advance. Diamond Cunningham, a regular customer, says this kindness matters.
A lot of parents can't reward their kids when their report card is good at anything.
Weil says he's grateful the idea has taken off, but hopes more people step in to help keep it going.
If you can help your community the same way I help my community,
I like that.
Why not?
I like that. I like that. I like it. If I find the GoFundMe, I will put it in a link in the description, you guys, so that we all, of course, because we not cheap. I ain't gonna front. Some of y'all is. Woo! Some of y'all better not ask y'all for no money. I asked y'all for $1. Woo! Bugatti, are you crazy? He's trying to get money from us. That's why I always say the joke. I try to stay away from that because, boy, talk about somebody tight. So I ain't going to ask you guys to give nothing up. I'll give some money to the Staten Island GoFundMe myself. That's how I'll do it. I get a little bit of money here every month, so I'll donate part of that to that goings on over there. And also what I'll do, I'll show you guys how much I donated. Sorry to say it's not coming from you guys, but it's okay. I'll represent. Let's keep on moving forward right now to North Texas, to the H-E-B shoppers that got free groceries. That's right. Imagine you inside of a supermarket. This is how I'm talking about. You got to give back. You're in a supermarket and all of a sudden all the registers go out. What you expect? Okay, put all that food back because you're not getting the food. Watch what the H-E-B did instead. Watch what they did.
Checkout line suddenly shut down. It's usually a shopper's nightmare, right? But one North Texas H-E-B turned the situation into a viral moment. Natalie Haddad spoke with one customer who says she still can't believe her luck.
It started as a routine grocery run, the kind millions of Texans make every week.
I like
but
this story
inside this Burleson H-E-B, something wasn't working.
All right, guys.
Registers down, lines backing up, shoppers waiting and wondering whether they'd have to leave empty-handed.
H-E-B, we love you, having you as our customers. Thank you for waiting with us.
But then came the surprise. Instead of turning customers away,
Today, everything that you have, we are going to back you up, and we hope every one of you have a very Merry Christmas.
H-E-B employees told them to take their groceries home for free. Carts full, no charge.
Gosh, probably about 1,000 people in the store, at least.
Among them, Melinda Brown. She lives on a fixed income, caring full-time for her husband. And this week, she's preparing for family dinner at Christmas.
I had probably about 4 or 5 bags full of stuff because I've got grandkids coming.
So when Melinda heard those words at checkout,
bagging them and then you tell them Merry Christmas.
She says it felt like more than good timing.
Made a difference to me because my husband has ALS. He's bedridden and we're struggling. Everybody on a fixed income is struggling right now.
We reached out to H-E-B and simply asked why. And they told us the customer experience is at the heart of what they do.
This is what Christmas is all about. So thank you very much.
No paperwork, no questions. Just a moment of relief at a time when Melinda says relief is hard to come by.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. We got to give some love out here. You know how that go. You know you got to show love out here. And you know we don't get up out of here without what? You know, we got to show some love to our animals. Come on now. You know, I got to show some love to the animals. We got a rescue pitty here who never had a name. Now she's daddy's princess. Let's get into it, you guys. Matter of fact, I want to show this one. A woman surprises her husband with a random stray pit bull. I just love her overbite. Wait, he doesn't even know that she's bringing this dog. Now watch this.
What are you doing? What's her name? She doesn't have a name. No, that cute, darn little underbite. She was just so sweet, and I could tell she wanted to be a little bit more excited and like jump around, but she just physically couldn't.
My coworker found this sweet baby on the side of the road.
Are you okay? Are you in pain?
Unfortunately, she was heartworm positive.
It just made our hearts break. We're like, all right, we are committed to fostering her for as long as the treatment takes.
What did they send you? What is this? Did they send you a bed?
No.
Oh, do you like it?
We introduced her to some other dogs, and watching them play together, teaching Bess how to play again was really beautiful. We showered her with so many toys, and then when she finally realized, like, oh, this is for me, you couldn't keep her away from the toys.
Ready? What is this? Hey, Bess, come here. Look at all these toys.
During the holidays, a family friend was able to come over and meet Bess, and immediately Bess fell in love. She's sitting and just staring up at him in love. It's crazy. And I'm like, okay, I guess this is the one. Can't love him. It kind of made us sad because we got very attached.
I had my whole cry fest.
Honey, are you okay?
Seeing them interact with each other solidified that this is meant to be.
Baby girl, are you getting adopted today? Are you getting adopted today?
It took a village to save Bess, and our village was my amazing coworkers.
What are you doing? Come on, come on.
If we wouldn't have stepped up to foster, we don't know if she would still be here. And seeing that journey, it solidifies that we want to keep doing this.
Yeah, y'all. You know I gotta do it with the animals. You know we gotta show love to the animals, especially my favorite dog, the pit bull. I don't care what nobody says. It's my favorite animal out of all. That's right, you guys. And if y'all trying to make some money, hit that link in the description where you'll be able to make up to not one, not two, not three, but $425. That's right. Today, not only will you be able to do that, but you can also go into that link in the description and see the Jeffrey Epstein file link. You'll get to see the unredacted files. I'm sorry, redacted files. Also get my email address to send me anything that you guys want suggestions for the show, as well as much more. But we can't skip, because like I said, what we got to get to right now, anybody trying to promote their business, get their promotion out of there. I don't know if you're a traveling salesman, you're a lawn doctor, I don't know what you do, but if you're trying to promote your business, all you got to do is send your promo over to us, and we'll put it up in the post notification area on YouTube. We're up to almost 62,000 subscribers. We'll see your promotion. That's right, you guys. But the only thing is, it has to be in the 1080 by 1080 size frame. You got to be a member, or you got to be subscribed to the channel. That's right, you guys. Make sure it's 1080 by 1080 or it will not fit. That's right, you guys. Also, you don't want to step away without talking about the Show Your Talent search. That's the talent search that's going to be in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. We've already started it, but the fact of the matter is, not a lot of people were showing up. So what I decided to do was, we're going to take this thing viral so people online can be a part of the Big Drip Show Your Talent search. So the next time we go live to do the talent search with me and my DJ Don Dada, you guys are going to be able to go live and be a part of the talent show. That's right. You'll be able to go live and be a part of the show by just pressing that add me on. We're going to see what sort of talent that you guys have. And if you win, boom, $250 to you. That's right. All 5 boroughs. But now we are including online. That's right. So anytime you see us doing a Show Your Talent search, that's right. Hosted by BOOGOTTINYC. And sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. All you got to do is tap that and let's see what your talent is. That's right. If you want to be a part of the talent show, go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Put your email inside of the link and we'll start to send you updates on all of the new locations where we're going to be at, you guys. Also, you don't want to get rid of the chat. You want to stay here. You don't have to. You can't stay here, but you can go to the Discord, because we also have an Our Bottom Line Discord where you guys can keep the chat going. And don't forget, today is Purple Sunday. Purple Sunday, y'all. So what we like to do on Purple Sunday is rock purple, put something on so that we can all be in unison. But if you don't want to do that, all you got to do, if you're a member already after 2 months, we will send you the Our Bottom Line decal. That's right, you guys. You got to be a member for more than a month or 2 in order for me to send this to you. Certain people, we will make exceptions for. Like if you just want to pay for the shipping and everything, I'll just send it directly to you. I think it's about $3 to ship. It's not hard to send you guys a decal. Send the $3. I'll put the decal in the envelope. You guys pay for the postage and you'll get your Our Bottom Line decal. Want to get the decal? bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Also the same email address to send in show ideas, song ideas, as well as topics, because we love to get different information from everybody. That's right, you guys. bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's the email address. And what we want to do on Sunday is send us out with some prayers of prosperity, some prayers of good health, some prayers of seasons, greetings, and good times throughout this season right now. Who we praying for right now? Rebecca Lanya and Bueno. I see Batty Lynn. My brother Casey made it in. I see you, Casey. Liberty and Justice as well. I see Sky. Who else we got up in here? I see Rebecca. Another person. Who's that, Harvey? Okay, Harvey, how you doing, Miss Swanza? There you go, Sam Champion. God bless you. We always pray for you no matter what, even if you're not here. That's right. CJ the Cat. Sky. Who else? Who I got to remember? Jeffrey Spilker. That's right, my brother Jeffrey Spilker. Focus. Also, who else we got up in the building right now? We got Tom Ginner. We got Miggity Mark. We got G-Man, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Mr. Rusty, Jeffrey, You Loved, Sam Champion. That's right, you guys. I don't forget some of y'all because you always here, and I got nothing but love for you. And with that being said, amen. That's right, you guys. Amen. And you know what? We're going to have a fantastic Sunday. We're going to have a good week. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to bring this new year in the right way. That's right, you guys. This is going to be our full 1 year anniversary. Once we get to the 31st, that's right. That'll be a full year for our bottom line. Just want to say thank you guys for all of the love, all of the support, and always being here. And with that being said, my favorite day is tomorrow, Monday, because they got to get back. Well, not technically, because still a lot of people on vacation because of the holiday, but it's still my favorite day of the week, Monday. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Same time, 6 o'clock in the morning. Trending topics, current events, my antics, and the #1 chat and co-host on YouTube while we're here. That's right, you guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. With that being said, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that y'all came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, guys, get 'em. Peace.